Now in this video we'll walk through the file directories, how to organize files within Moodle. Now regardless, as you can see here, we have our topic outline header with the Resource Center, and regardless of whether you have topics or weeks, however you arrange your information and you deliver your information for your course, the file organization is still critical regardless of how you implement it. So if we look under administration, you see the files. This is where your file directory lives, which is a little different, a lot different actually, than Blackboard. So I'm going to go there. And you can actually do this before you even make decisions about this center area of how it's going to work and how you're going to lay it out. But I would actually get that in my head at the same time, really. Think about the whole course holistically. So if you go to Files, we're going to click on the Files folder, and you'll notice now for this is the Resource Center, which will just have a lot of tutorials and that sort of thing. But if this were a course, for example, I may want to have a folder up here that is just for my assignments. Let's say for this demonstration, I've created 5 assignments, and let's say my whole semester's course basically has 5 assignments in it. I want to take each assignment, give it its own folder. It might have a video in it, or some web links, or some text files, or some images, or whatever. You could have any kind of media content within each assignment. So what we're going to do is we're going to leave Moodle for a second. We're going to go over here on the desktop, and you'll notice that I've created, and actually I'm going to delete this guy right here. So forget that that was even there. And I've created a folder. That's my assignments folder for this course. And if I open it up, you'll notice I've created 5 assignments and folders for each one. And within each assignment, I simply did a real quick little text thing with a picture of Einstein. And I duplicated it for each one. So each assignment, as you can see, has the same thing in it. But for your course or anyone's course, they could have any number of components in each of these. Okay? So as we close them all up, that's a basic, but I think you get the idea of a folder structure. So now I've created that on my computer, and for all intents and purposes, I have my semester's information organized and ready to go. So in Blackboard, what we had to do was upload those things basically one at a time, and we never really knew where they were living. In Moodle, we're actually going to create a folder within here, and this is pretty easy. So I want to show you essentially how to do that. On a PC it will be slightly different, but I will demonstrate this on a Macintosh. And I've left the assignments on my desktop, although normally I might have had it within another folder of my class folder or whatever, but you get the idea. So here's the assignments folder. I simply highlight it with all the subfolders and files within it. I come up to File and I compress it. I simply tell it to compress that assignments. And what it's going to do is take that folder that has any number of folders and files within it, and it's going to compress it into one file, a zip file. And you'll notice if you come over here into Moodle, it doesn't say upload a bunch of folders, it says upload a file. So what you have to do is go to your computer, organize your files, can't talk enough about that or emphasize that too strongly. Organize your folders and files for your semester, and then take all of that information and zip it into one file. And it just sits on your desktop. So now we're going to come over here and say, I want to upload this. So I'll click on this upload a file, and depending upon where you're coming from, I'm doing this from my house right now, so the connection's a little slower. If you do it from school, it'll be a lot faster. First thing I have to do is browse. Where do I want to get that file from? So I'm going to click on the Browse button, and I'm going to go to my computer, and I'm going to say on my desktop, okay, was my assignments folder, and then I created this assignments zip folder, as you can see. So I'm going to select it. I can either select it once and hit open, or I can double click on it and it will open as well. So now it's selecting this, and as you can see, it's giving the path. Oh, that's the file that you want to upload. Don't forget, this is one file that was compressed from a whole bunch of folders and files. I double check. I say, yep, that's it. I select upload this file, and it's now going to take that zip file and it's going to put it up into Moodle. This will take a second or two. And again, depending upon how much information you have, this might take a long time. So if this was movies and PowerPoints or whatever, there was a whole bunch of stuff, and maybe your whole folder was a whatever, 100 megs, 200 megs, whatever, zipped, it may take a little bit of time. So you can click on it and go have a cup of tea or whatever and come back. So now it's loaded. So you can see down here one new file has been added to my file directory, and that says assignments zip, but it's still a file, a zip file. So I have to come over here and I have to say, take this file and unpack it and structure it the way I had it on my computer. So we'll simply click the unzip button, and what it's going to do is it's going to very quickly actually unzip it, because the hard part is getting it up to the to Moodle. Once it's in Moodle, it can unzip it pretty quickly. Now you'll see this this new page of all this sort of tech gibberish. Don't worry about the inflating and creating blah blah blah. Assume it did the right job, and come down here and hit the OK button. So you can look at it. You'll get, as you go, you'll get familiar with what all this stuff means in here, and you can double check if you want to. But every time I've done it, it's worked fine. And now, as you can see, I have a new folder. It's called Assignments. And if I click on it and open it up, you'll see it'll take you actually to that resource, to that area. And it'll show you the assignment 1, assignment 2, assignment 3, 4, and 5. And again, if I open up assignment 1, you're going to see your media, your picture or your text file or whatever it is. Okay, so there it is. Again, I'm running this from home, so it's going to be a little slower. If you can do all your uploading from the university, which has a much faster connection probably than the one that you would be using at your house, that might not be a bad idea. What I would suggest is to create it on your computer at home if you're working at home, as I do, and then just put it on a flash drive or a hard drive, take it into school if you don't have a lot of time, and you can upload it from there. Or if you have the time, you can upload it from school. So as you can see, now your file structure is ready to go. And if you go back to your files, you can now link to any of those assignments. So if one of these topics was to be assignment 1, for example, and there you go, it's right there. Okay, so if I go back to my home page, in this case the Resource Center for CVPA, you're going to see all this stuff pop up. All right, sorry for it's a little slow here. And now if for, say, topic 3, if I wanted to make that assignment 1, I could simply go to my topic and I wouldn't have to search through my computer. I could simply link to those files which are living in my file directory and simply link them to any of the topics that I might create or the weekly assignments. So again, if you can organize your files on your computer, and once they're organized, upload them. Even if you upload them as I just did with just one picture and one text, at least you have the folder structure. So that then if you go, oh crap, I forgot to add this picture of whatever, Mozart to it, you could then go to that folder that's already been created in Moodle, add the Mozart picture to it, and it will automatically be linked with all the other images from your assignment. So as you go through the semester, you can add to the folders, and your links will still stay the same. So you're creating your file folder structure so that when you create your topics and your links and your media links, I should say, everything will be organized.